Hey, Winterfest. The first time that I ever fasted, I got into a car wreck at about noon, and by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I was so frustrated that I went back and I ate like a whole bag of potato chips. So things don't always start out how you expect them to or how you want them to. Last year, I started the year off with a 25-day fast, and what that did for me is it actually gave me a lot of clarity in my life and what I was feeling God wanted me to do. And that's actually why I did that fast. But one of the things that I learned while I was fasting is that the purpose and the point of you fasting, the purpose and the point of these disciplines actually isn't so that you can get what you want in life. It's actually in Lamentations chapter 3, verse 21, it's a very dark time for the prophet Jeremiah. And he says, "Yet this I call to mind, and so I have hope. Because of the Lord's great love, we have not been consumed. His compassions are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness." My soul says, the Lord is my portion. And so for me, what actually happened is I would go out on these walks and I would ask God, what do you want me to do in my lifetime for you? And again and again, all I heard back was, am I enough? And at first I was like, yeah, you're enough. But the thing is, sometimes in life, things get really crazy. Sometimes you're going to go through a lot and you're not going to know where you're going, what your future is going to look like. So in those times, God's leading you back to something specifically. The ultimate thing I believe you can get in disciplines is not a specific purpose. Rather, it's the treasure of God himself. You get to know God and who he is and follow him more deeply. Another thing, though, is you can't base your faith today simply on what happened in a moment when you did a discipline. You have to stay present and active and continue pushing forward instead of just saying, this is something I did in my past. So when it comes to fasting, what I would encourage you to do is actually start small, and maybe you do something like the Daniel fasting. You can research that online, or maybe you do like a one-day fast, or from sunup to sundown, and you just begin to practice the act of fasting. And remember, as you do, it's not about what you're doing, it's about what God's doing in you. As you're going, and there are going to be a lot of times where you're going to feel weak and like you can't really go anymore. That's when you continue to cry out and just like, God, I need you. And you find in that he is your portion, that he is enough. The biggest lesson that I've learned is God is enough, and God is strong enough, and God is big enough, and God can handle anything I'm going through. And I struggle a lot, but something like this actually gives me something like fasting. It gives me something that I can look at and say, okay, God, I'm going to trust you in this. And it doesn't make sense for me to give food up, but I believe that you're going to be enough for me when I do, and I'm going to know you more. And as I know you more, I'll know more of what you want for me to do for you, because my steps are going to line more up with your steps as I walk more with you every day. So do something different, step out in bold faith. And there are going to be times where it doesn't work out exactly as you plan. That doesn't mean give up then. It means just get back up and keep going, and give yourself permission to try new things with God and do new things. And maybe for you, that's fasting. So God bless, and take care, and do something different.